Let us not dawdle, for there are grudges to settle, and new entries in the Dammer's Cron to right!
Howdy, howdy, Devil here, and welcome to a match featuring eumaies playing the Dwarfs versus the Skaven. And this is an older replay. I've been meaning to get around to cast this because it's really important because of the Natty Bubo's sharpshooter. So I'll go over the armies here first, and then I'm going to talk about this because the Natty Bubo sharpshooters have stalk and snipe, meaning they can't be seen, plus they can shoot without being seen. So it's really hard to figure out where they are, but there is a way to try and counter this as the Dowee, and that is to actually ground target with your artillery, and there is a lot of that going on in this game. So first we'll go with eumaies' army. He has some dwarf warriors in the front. I think dwarf warriors, longbeards, 3 dwarf warriors up here, and 1 longbeard. 4 dwarf warriors and 1 longbeard. And really, he has interspersed here some thunders. I think he has 5 total units of thunders. Sorry, yeah, 5 total units of thunders, really to get after that front line. And he has brought a naked master engineer just for the shooting. Really, this build was obviously meant to try and deal with Doomflayers. This was before the Doomflayer nerf, and it is I know eumaies was playing around with different builds and different ideas. In the back line, he has some miners with blasting charges, 3 units to help defend the back, and he does have 1 unit of rangers in here to also help defend the back. The key to this army is he has the Goblobber, Grudge Thrower, and 2 cannons, and that's really what he's going to try and defend himself with. Now, the Skaven player has sort of a classic Vanguard deployed Death Runners, and out here he also has an assassin, and that assassin has some abilities. What do we got here? Concealment bombs, so he's stock and unspottable. He does have Assassin's Trophy. It's like minus 27 melee defense and minus 26 melee attack for 30 seconds. Rival Hide Talisman, minus 44 melee attack for 31 seconds around himself. Holy crap. He does have Scurry Away, and he has 30% physical resistance. The main Skaven army has 2 of these Warplock Jezzails. The regular Warplock Jezzails hiding in the forest here, though they're not quite hidden, and the Natty Bubo sharpshooters. Now these guys have 300 range, and they also have this shield breaker for 10 seconds. So basically, you get minus 24 missile parry, so it renders your shield useless. So dwarf shields are useless because all dwarf shields are bronze, with the one exception of Belagar Ironhammer as a silver shield. In his front line, he just has some Skaven Save Spears to slow things down. He does have some Clan Rats with shields. I think he has 4 of those, yeah, in the back row. And he does have Lord Skrolk here with a pretty good loadout. He has the Liber Bubonicus, so it's a single damage. He has the Rod of Corruption, which is a big AoE. He has Stand Your Ground for the 27 melee defense and 16 leadership. Really, this shouldn't be on any Skaven, but anyways. The Pestilent Birth for 2 summons of Plague Monks. The Vermintide for 6 summons of Clan Rats. He also has Wither for the minus 30 armor, and the Aura of Pestilence, minus 5 melee attack around him. And every time he casts, he has Plague Rash map-wide for 10 seconds, minus 12% feed, and minus 12% speed, and minus 9% vigor. And he does have Frenzy, Causes Fear, and he has 15% missile resistance. In the backline, he does have 3 Rat Ogres, and this is pretty common in this build in the old, sort of the old builds before Doomflayers, and maybe it's going to still be common, just because they got mass, they can get some stuff done. They are armor piercing, and they have Frenzy, but they are pretty easy to deal with for the Dowee, I think. And he does have the Dwarf thing, Menace Doomflayers, and they have Sundered Armor, minus 30 armor for 10 seconds, and they have an awesome plus 26 bonus versus infantry. So we will get going right away. And you're going to see here, this Natty Bubo is shooting, and he's already, he said I'm going to kind of aim over here, and he's going to try and hit him blind. The first shots were going after Lord Skrolk, but you can see he doesn't see these Natty Bubo sharpshooters, but he's going to start shooting for around sort of this area right here. And boom, he's got some hits in. Now he can't see this thing moving, and you see he's still targeted right here. So his shots are going to come, and now he's said, okay, I'm going to shoot over to here for this Warplock Jezzails. He knows they're moving, and meanwhile, I mean, this army's sort of going to come and move up and move back and try and get some shots. And obviously, he wants his Natty Bubo sharpshooters to get some shots. So right now, the shots are over to these Jezzails over here, and they're moving back. and these guys are getting into position. I don't know who they're going to shoot, but they're unseen right now. Boom, they're going to shoot into these thunders, and now he can see them, and he said, okay, I'm going to aim for this spot, and he's going to just try and hit them because he can't see these guys. Now these guys are seen, and you can see he's fully targeted them. So this is kind of what you want, is you want the Skaven player to get greedy and get too close, and now he's going to get some shots as this Natty Bubo's unit moves backwards. He can get some nice shots into there. Down to 16 models, really, really nice, but again, you know, he doesn't have to reveal himself, and pretty soon he's going to be hidden again. He is shaken, though. That's why that is why you bring the Goblobber, because it's minus 16. So you can see now it's minus 16 leadership. You can see he's missed it here. Now he can't see this guy anymore. He's trying to shoot further and further back. Up's coming the Master Engineer to try and get a spot on these guys, and you're going to see just how powerful these guys are. Master Engineer, 120 armor, and the Master Engineer is just coming up to spot. Can he get close enough to see where he is? And boom, in comes a shot. So he was aiming here, and you can see the shots coming over, and still he's got some shots going over here. But now the Master Engineer, look at how fast he's losing health. It's absolutely insane. These Natty Bubos don't have the most massive DPS, but they have really accurate. You can see they are just demolishing this Master Engineer. Master Engineer is going to try and get the heck out of dodge, and he's going to try and shoot at these guys. Again, you can see he knows they're around here somewhere, and he's got everything aimed right back here. It's just behind him. But look at that. The Master Engineer is now getting shot by these Warp Block Jezzails, and we're getting some shots near to the Natty Bubos, but this Master Engineer is getting absolutely pummeled. You can see he's already wavering down to 1,000 health. A few more shots in, down to 1,000, down to 900. It's absolutely insane. And he's trying to get out of their range, and their range is like all the way up to here, down to 600 health. You can see the shots just keep coming in on that Master Engineer. He's trying desperately to get out of their range. Now they're coming forward, and he's also trying to get shots in. He's shooting right here. Well, he was shooting right here. Now he's backed up. He's going to shoot sort of right in this area to try and keep his artillery going. So this front line now is starting to come forward. He's got his Thunders here. He's got his Quarrelers here. Longbeard's out here. He's trying to get some shots in and really deal with this front line of just spears and whatnot. Like, he can send his units out, but he doesn't see this stuff is now coming in from the side. Obviously, they are concealed. He's not going to see them till the last minute. He's trying to get some shots, and now he does see this Dwarf thing menace coming in, and he's going to try and get some shots. Now, the Skaven player is not engaging. He doesn't have to. Skaven player can wait his time, bide his time. He wants to get in with all his forces, and he wants to shoot with these Natty Bubos, and he wants to wait till these guys are right where he wants them. Really, I think he just wants to get them up and around the back to do some work. And you can see eumaies is getting ready to try and take this Dwarf thing menace. He's got some focus on these guys, and he's shooting out front. You can see the Master Engineer has 400 health left and still fighting. These guys are look how close they get. Look at how close they get. Now they're finally spotted. These Death Runners are absolutely going to obliterate the liners. These guys still not spotted, and they're coming right in on the Thunders. It's so hard to deal with this. Now they're finally spotted, and these guys haven't been spotted. This Assassin, not spotted, now, right before he gets in on the cannon. So you can see he's able to get on these three guys, no problem with his back line. Obviously, Skaven don't have a good front line, but that Dwarf thing menace has been able to get into the Thunders, and Natty Bubos are supporting. These guys are now supporting, and they still can't be seen, right? Like, he's got, where does he got his cannons? His cannons have been, he's had to change sort of his focus, because he really has to get rid of this Assassin and these Death Runners. So he's changed his focus to everything over there, and he's got his miners with blaster charges shooting onto these clan rats. They're going to do a number on those guys. Hopefully they kill them all, but he's shooting everything he can to try and save his units back here. But now he's got the Goblobber, he's got the cannon and the cannon, and they're really pointing back, shooting as hard as they can here. And these Natty Bubos just getting free shots. Whatever they want to shoot at. I mean, he does have some line of sight issues here when they're shooting near the Rat Ogres, but they're getting some free shots this way. And now, really, the Dwarf Warriors are going to do fine against Skaven Slave Spears. Clan Rats are coming in. If they stay long enough, I think the Clan Rats will beat the Rangers. And we've got Clan Rats here, I believe, against Dwarf Warriors. He is really pushing hard to try and deal with that Assassin and these Death Runners, and he's really got all of his resources focused back into his line. which is going to let these natty boobo shooters go and shoot at whoever they want. Where is that other unit? Clan Rats, Lord Scroll. If I missed them, had they got shot out or something? They were over here. Maybe he did focus them down while we were looking elsewhere. Anyways, but the line now is starting to stabilize. You can see it's starting to stabilize here. He focused really hard on that assassin, and his master engineer, unfortunately, is going to rout off, so he's off. But you got the assassin back here. This side of the line is actually not awful. I mean, we do have some clan rats in here. We do have some rat ogres that are going to sort of come in from this flank. But he has been able to deal with the Dwarf Thing Menace reasonably well. This thing is almost down to, what, 914 health? A few more shots. If he can get focused on that thing, he's going to be able to get it routing, because the one thing it does is it's still Skaven. It doesn't have great leadership. It's like got 13 leadership. A few more shots, he's going to be able to get the job done. He's got shots going over to these rat ogres over here. Skrulk is still perfect health. These rat ogres have been routed. And the rat ogres are always something easy to deal with because they're so tall compared to dwarfs. You can always get shots. But here he goes. He has managed to get that Dwarf Thing Menace going, and he's still got his units focused on it. Wants to make sure that he keeps it going. 231 health. Wants to make sure he walks that thing off the battlefield so that it definitely doesn't come back. It doesn't have very far to go to the white line. And here we go. We got these rat ogres. They sort of been left behind. These daddy boobos really being able to shoot at whatever they want for pretty much the whole game. Yeah, they're down to 11 models. I think and now they're out of ammo. I think this is one of the advantages of the natty boobo sharpshooters, is against the dwarfs, against the Dowie, you can pretty much use up all your ammo every game. Now there is a way to try and counter this, and I do have a game that I'll be able to show you that works pretty good against Jezzails, but it's an extreme concept. So here we go. These rat ogres are being routed on here. You know, eumaies has been really fighting to try and hold up this pocket all the way around and keep his different units shooting, so the thunders can support each other no matter where they are. He's able to get the rat ogres really quite easily. Rat ogres are, I don't know, lots of people bring them against the Dowie. I mean, I know they are armor piercing and they can do a ton of damage, but they're just so easy to deal with because they have no armor. So I think they're actually quite a poor choice in this matchup. I could be wrong though. I mean, I don't know every Skaven build. I just think rat ogres are just not very good in this matchup because there's so many Dowie units that can deal with them. But you can see, yeah, he's pushed them off, starting to push everything out. Got everything moving. He's got some units over here, and now he's sort of started focusing on who he wants to. He can focus on these natty boobos because they are out of ammo. They have used everything. They've only got 16 kills, but they were able to get vital kills. And now he's just time to try and bring Skrulk in. And Skrulk is not going to be able to do a whole lot on his own. Obviously, you can see the leadership is going to start going, and you know, I don't really know where he's going, but he's got kind of a weird walk, eh? That's a really strange looking run. Let's see what happens here. Cannon shots are always funny. Yeah, and Skrulk is going to go and fight against these brave dwarf warriors. He's got that aura of pestilence kind of coming off him, and he's a pretty strong melee combatant, and he will be able to do a lot of work. But you know, this is at the end of games like this. This is where Dowie leadership really does matter, and you know, where Skaven leadership just can't compete. So we'll just watch Skrulk as he fights our brave Dowie right here. Oh, has he routed them? He has. Oh wow. No, he hasn't routed them. Where are they going? Oh, they were gonna go fight the clan rats. Ah. He just wanted to get some shots. Eumaies, you're my hero. Just wanted to clear out the dwarf warriors so he could get some cannon shots on Skrulk. Yeah. So now they've routed, and he's gonna just try and get some shots. And really no rush. And this replay, it's an old replay, so it might be a little bit borked. I love cannons. All right, we'll end that replay. You know, I think that the results aren't as important as the idea of using sort of two cannons, a goblobber, really using that bombard an area technique to try and get after the Natty Bubo sharpshooters. That was really the important part of this battle and why I wanted to cast it, because you know, if you are playing the Dwarfs and you do face the Skaven, you are going to see Natty Bubo sharpshooters at some point. It's a guaranteed. There is, in my opinion, no better matchup for the Natty Bubo sharpshooters than the Dowie, because the only way the Dowie are really going to reliably spot the Natty Bubo sharpshooters are with gyrocopters. And I think I have another game to cast. I hope the replay's not borked, where someone tried to deal with Giselles with tried to deal with a Giselle army with gyrocopters, and it did not go well. Very, very difficult. So hopefully I still have that replay, and hopefully it's not borked. I've been trying to get caught up on all my replays. So anyways, love to hear from you. I mean, have you found any other ways to deal with Natty Bubo sharpshooters with your dwarf builds? Do you think there's other more interesting ways to attempt this? I do have a game coming up where I will show what my solution was. And it's actually not a whole lot different from eumaies here. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And have you been playing the Skaven and using Natty Bubo sharpshooters? What have you found dwarf players try to do if the Skaven is the sort of the faction you play? Love to hear from all of you. Anyways, I hope you found that interesting, and I will see you soon.